Well, hello everyone. This is ChrystalLynn, Cowgirlastrologer. I don't know if this is going to be the best way to do this. I'm going to try to be able to see my computer. So if you guys are coming on in, come on in. And we're back to Monday nights, which I really like myself. So I hope everybody is doing okay. And we're going to talk about some interesting astrological things tonight. I've got the chart up. See if anybody's going to come in. There you go. Hey, Brandon. How's it going? Hello. Letitia. Lindita. I like that name. How are you guys? Thanks for coming in. Yay. I made it too. I have my lion mane. Although today, happy birthday to my Virgos out there. The sun has literally just moved into Virgo right now. We've had a lot of Virgo stuff going on for a long time. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Hello, my son. So happy birthday, Virgos. Do I have any Virgos out there? Virgo rising, moon in Virgo. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk tonight. We have all kinds of things to talk about, and that's what I like about Monday nights with you guys, is that this is kind of an off-the-cuff, different things we'll bring up, talk about, just have a good time and have some fun astrological discussions. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Jupiter in Libra tonight, coming soon, September 9th, 2016. We're in this cusp now, you know, we're moving into this energy. The universe is preparing us. Right now, Jupiter is in Virgo at 26 degrees, you know, 26, 22. Anytime you see that 22 number, it's a really powerful number, especially in astrology when you see that in your charts. If you see anything with 2-2 or 4-4, just little notes to pay attention to. It's kind of another whole study, you know, numerology. But, you know, it's fun. The more that you explore and the more that you learn, you just learn all kinds of really neat things. And you just, I think it really helps us to see life possibly more objectively. I don't know if that would be the right interpretation. But to be able to step back and see that we're all, you know, all on the same playing field. Oh, I love the hearts. Thank you. Hello there. Hello. Come on in. If you guys have any questions, feel free to kind of pop them up. I'm going to be kind of taking some questions tonight. Okay. So we will talk a little bit about Jupiter and Libra. We're also going to talk right now. Let's look at what's going on in the chart for tonight. Let's see what's happening as we speak. And I have the chart set at at Pacific Standard Time, and the ascendant has just moved into Aquarius. So this is a really good time for me to come on. And even for you guys, you know, when you're getting ready to do something, you know, maybe you're going to meet somebody, maybe you're going to, you know, have a special meeting. You're going to put out a video for you YouTubers out there, and I'm sure you probably already know this, but take a look at the chart at that moment and ask yourself, you know, is this energy going to, you know, get this message going? Because every moment is an astrological imprint. It's an energetic imprint. And so you can use astrology for all kinds of really, really interesting things. And never before in history, I really just stand on this, due to the fact that we have the internet and this huge movement of people wanting to go back to this ancient language. It's like in our DNA, and for so many years astrology was so repressed. It was bad. It was, you know, if you were a Christian, then it was bad. But, you know, really, you have to look at things in perspective. And astrology is a tool. It's a really awesome tool to really help us time ourselves and also to give meaning to life. I think it's really interesting, and forgive me if I start doing topics, but the ascendant is in Aquarius, so it's got, when I have any energy that's in Aquarius, activates my 12th house, and my mind will go a little fast. Plus, Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter in Virgo. I should have thought about this. So just checking questions. I will answer those questions. There we go. Sorry, this thing kind of goes in and out. I don't know why, but technology. We have a lot of Mercury in the air. Okay, so Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Now, I don't know about you guys. This is a little funny story about being a Virgo. And am I still freezing? Is it still freezing? I'm sorry. My face is probably in some weird position. I hate that. I never think it's any big deal for other people, but can you guys see me okay and hear me okay? A little? Okay, how about that? Let me know, you guys, because I can't tell. It looks okay on my end. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, you know, Virgo, those of you who have a lot of Virgo in your chart, your body is going to carry the energy of Mercury. And all of my life, I have a lot of Virgo, and all of my life I've had issues with, you know, batteries in my car, starters, alternators. Every Virgo I know has the same pattern of phones breaking, watches breaking, because we carry such a high mercurial vibration. And right now, you guys, even though you may not have a lot of Virgo in your chart, are getting a little taste of what we go through all the time. What we go through all the time. Now imagine us going through it and now having up in the sky all this fueled energy. So, you know, when Virgo comes into play, you know, Virgo is really all about business. Let's just talk about Virgo a minute in terms of preparing us for Jupiter and Libra. Okay, good. Yep. Is that Shelley? Did I pronounce that right? Chelle, Shelley? Yeah, overheating, because it's the, you know, the overheating little element. We blow that up. Like all my starters go out first things first. I have to always get new starters, batteries. I'm always jumper cables. It's so embarrassing. Okay, sounds like Shell. Okay, Shelley, thank you for that. A lot of people don't understand Virgos. It's funny to me, and I really have had to learn myself, because I've learned a lot about myself through astrology. Little things that I've always done I didn't know were, you know, anything that a characteristic of a certain, you know, zodiac breed. And that's really what it is we see the world differently. And Jupiter and Virgo this last year has all been about seeing life in slowing down, looking at how things are going. And it's kind of like, you got to always think of Virgo in terms of food or the harvest. You know, is there, you know, when they're going to harvest the food, is there something in that? Is there mold on that food? Or, you know, is there too much fat on that food? They're going to cut that off. They're always cutting off the things that don't work. They're always looking for the most efficient way. And even when it comes to health, like, we don't always see this in our lives, but if we all ate like our bodies really needed us to, it would be the most efficient way to eat. We wouldn't have to eat half the stuff we eat, because our bodies would truly be satisfied. But, you know, we're still learning about all that. And Virgo this last year has brought a lot of awareness to our health. I've talked about that a lot. And it's in preparation, because the vibration is changing. And we're going to need a lot of energy. So it also really had us dissect our relationships, and ask ourselves, you know, Virgo's all about everybody putting in, everybody working, everybody making it happen. Now, Virgos can play the martyr just a little bit, and be like, oh, I can do it myself. Never mind. I don't want anybody to help me. And it's partly because we either don't want to criticize other people because it's uncomfortable. We just want to do it ourselves so that we're not anxious when people are touching things, and we start feeling like we have to control things. And so sometimes, honestly, for us Virgos, right, isn't it just easier to do things ourselves? And Virgos can be, you know, very private and very quiet and kind of like to do things on their own. it's also about, is the relationship practical? If we're going to invest in a relationship, and remember, I'm bringing this back to this whole year of us looking at our relationships. We've had to take like this, you know, microscope on everything and look at the fine print and say to ourselves, I love this situation in my life, but, I'm not gaining anything back from it. It's draining my energy, and I can't efficiently eat fast enough to reestablish my energy. So it's all about not only physically, but our bodies, are they being drained by situations? So you guys right now, maybe who aren't used to a lot of Virgo in your chart, it might have felt like a kind of a cold year. Virgos will literally do anything. I mean, Mother Teresa, I always say, is our, we have to use her as our poster Virgo, just because we get the understanding of the heart of serving. But what did she do? She wanted to make sure everybody ate. She wanted to make sure everybody had the basic needs so that they could function. That's what Virgo does. We need the basics. But when a Virgo gets hurt, okay, when a Virgo gets hurt, they will shut down internally. When you look at the symbol of the Virgo and you look at the symbol of the Scorpio, they're very similar. But there's a very, very small difference. With the Scorpio symbol, we have the tail going out. When they get upset, the stinger goes out. And Ethan says to share this, by the way. I have to stop when my advertiser comes on. Share this video if you guys think anyone would like it or enjoy astrology talk. I appreciate it, you guys. Try to get back on topic. What was I saying? I got distracted by Mars and Gemini. Thank you. Scorpio, Virgo. So, when Virgos are hurt, they go inward. And then it goes up in their mind, and they rehash it and analyze it and obsess over it. And then they shut down. They can't even talk. And when a Virgo shuts down and they cut off the food supply to you, they stop feeding you like a little baby bird, you might not notice it right away, because it's easy to take advantage of the Virgo. It's easy to take advantage of the Virgo because the Virgo really just loves to serve. So they don't make it look like it's typically some big sacrifice, unless they feel unappreciated. And then they do what we call the Virgo cold shoulder campaign. That's when there we go. Sorry about that. That's when the food is off. So, when we're talking about an energy that goes through a whole year, this whole last year for all of us has been about going through our lives and looking at what's working, what's efficient, what's draining us. It's also been about cleaning out the cupboards, cleaning out the old energy. A lot of people have been selling stuff, and I've been cleaning out boxes for months, just that total detox. Because we have to make room for new energy. And so, if some of your relationships this year have really suffered, or maybe you've just felt like you've seen them totally differently, or, you see people that maybe are taking a lot, not giving back, putting food back on the table. See, Virgos are very particular, and they want everybody to contribute equally, you see. So Jupiter and Virgo this last year has been all about looking around us and making things happen in the most efficient way. And because we've had the Scorpio energy we've coming out of, but come on, we can't stop talking about it yet, can we? I feel like we've been talking about it for so long, but the Scorpio energy has also opened our eyes to the dark side of life, to the darker side, and we've seen things in people that we didn't see before. So we've got Virgo dissecting and Scorpio investigating, right? So we've been under intense scrutiny the last 4 years of our lives, personally, globally, in our communities, in our families. It's been pretty heavy duty stuff. So now we're moving into a completely different energy. And the good thing is, Saturn and Mars have moved into Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is a fire sign. So we've got a lot of energy in this fire right now. And you have to remember the water, the deep waters of Scorpio we've been in the last 4 years. For a lot of us, it's felt like just being completely repressed. And so being able to now come out, Sagittarius is the preacher. They are the teacher. They are the guru. I always say that. They're professor, they're the master. And now it's really all about knowing who you are out of this whole deep transformation we've been through. What is your unique stamp in life? What do you have? And I've got a Sagittarius right here, my buddy Jay. Hey, Jay. So, fire, right? So for those Sagittariuses out there, let me talk to you guys. And we talk about this. We just have to keep talking about the energies that are coming before us, because each week it evolves and it changes and we have different perspectives of the same story. But Sagittarius right now, we have a lot of energy in. So we have Mars, the planet Mars, which is aggression, which is passion, which is power, which is, is just bringing all the attention to really claiming our stories and messages. For a lot of us, this is in our career sectors. So it's getting your voice and getting your message out of your community. I've always said, people tell me all the time, I have this message and my family won't listen to me and my friends won't listen to me. And, I just don't feel like anybody. And we go on Facebook and we hope we can find somebody that cares about what we have to say, right? And then, we don't. So it's like, we feel like that's our whole life. But if you look at even the story of Jesus, he was not honored or respected in his own town because they thought he was the carpenter. And he had to go outside of his town to share his amazing message that he had to share. And so Sagittarius has this also energy of finding our tribes. It's Jupiter. And your tribe isn't necessarily your blood family, where it can be your spiritual family, your soul family. When you find your soul family, you found everything. Because those are the people that you pick. Those are the people that you choose. Those are the people that are connected to you on some higher level, and you share a common experience. You share something you both believe in. It's hard sometimes when you're in a family dynamic, because half of the family might really care about family dynamics and the other part of the family might be destroying the family dynamics. And so you've got people fighting all the time because we have to save the family because we were born into it. And we spend our lives trying to build our families, and people go their own way. So it's not to say that our blood families aren't any less important, but Sagittarius, going back to that, is all about finding your spiritual tribe. So now that we've dissected everybody and we've given everybody the cold shoulder and we've gotten the cold shoulder and, we've seen the truth, what's going to happen now? Now, Jupiter's going to move into Libra, September 9th, 2016. Now, remember, we always want to follow Jupiter. Jupiter is like our good luck behind the scenes. It's also the teacher. And it's kind of like this benevolent energy that's just in the background of everything going on. So the whole world could be going crazy, and then we've got Jupiter kind of trying to hold it all together, keeping the theme, keeping the focus, keeping the vision in spite of what's going on. So Jupiter, when it moves into Libra, let's talk about what Libra's about. It's the 7th house. It's about partnerships. It's about relationship. Now it's about, okay, Virgo was all dissecting and being critical of everybody and trying to see who's doing what and if it's worth the time to invest in these situations or go our own way. Now that those things have been weeded out in our lives, or maybe still being weeded out, Jupiter and Libra now is all about saying, oh, all right, now let's look at where we are. You have this delay on the table. I got this delay on the table. Hey, I like your qualities. You seem fair. Because don't forget, Libra wants the best. Libra, when you think about Libra, who are some of its greatest allies? Leos and Sagittarius. Because they want to know all the best people through Sagittarius. See, one thing about Sag is they're the top. They're the masters. So, they know how to put themselves around other masters. Leo, okay, is all about really just believing in something greater than yourself. Believing you can do it, even if it's grandiose. Even if it's, it's like, I mean, if you're going to write a book and you're going to go on a talk show, maybe you want to dream straight up to Oprah, or Dr. Phil, or you want to go to, Dateline, or, it's like Leo is the best. You're going right for the best. And now we have Jupiter in Libra bringing these two energies together in the middle, holding hands. So, Virgo, Pisces energy that we've been in is a little bit kind of about being so efficient to the point that, you almost don't care about anything. And we kind of lose the fun because Leo, Libras, and Sag, they are the fun of the zodiac. Okay? That's the fun side. All right? That's the ones that have the vision, the joy. So look at what's going on around us right now. When you see these energies up in the sky, they're setting a tone down here. They're setting a vibration down here. Now, the more we understand the vibration and the shifts and the cycles, and we can start to time ourselves in our businesses and our lives and our relationships and our meetings to these different astrological entities, the more we get in sync. For a lot of people that have no idea, they can just feel it. And they're like, I don't know what's going on. But, it's, if you at least know it, you can ride through it a little better. Okay. So let's go in a little deeper. I'm just going to go through the houses. Is that okay, you guys, for Libra? Any other questions? I ramble on this thing, you guys. This is my only time I can ramble. On my videos, I try not to ramble so much. Well, Pisces ramble. Okay, so Aries, Jupiter in Libra is going to be in your 7th house. So if you are in Aries rising, or moon in Aries, your whole focus this next year is going to be on partnership, on your relationships. You're really going to be looking at them. And there's going to be a love, because don't forget, thank you, Carrie. Don't forget, Jupiter is all about abundance. So romance will be in the air, you guys. Romance and good times and just a lighter feeling. I mean, if there's no more too intense planets than Virgo and Scorpio, I don't know what else there is. I'm sure there's more, but those two together, and we've had that all year, is not very fun. So, Aries, this is a year to really sit down and say, you know what? This is what I need. Sometimes we lose our voice in relationships because we want so much to make them happen, and we want so much to make it all okay. Now, Libra can have a tendency to be a little codependent, or maybe put yourself aside for the sake of all. And sometimes that's needed. I mean, oh, there we go. Sorry, that goes in and out. How would we get anything done if we didn't have compromise? But this is where we're not anymore going to be off balance. This is what I need, and this is what you need. Let's make an agreement. We're both on the same playing field. We both have the same goal in mind. And Libra's about respect. So respect issues is going to be really high. Sometimes we cross boundaries with people, or maybe we, some of our relationships spin out of control a little bit because they get so emotionally involved. And Jupiter in Libra is going to be about balance. And as soon as you start getting off balance, things will spin out of control. Taurus, this will be your 6th house. So this is your 6th house of health. This, again, Taurus rising, moon, and sun. So, in going back to this, and this is really everything I'm saying is going to apply to all the signs. Just like relationships for Aries is really going to be about sitting down and making an agreement, like this is working for me or this isn't working for me. Don't forget, Jupiter can blow things up. So if you have unresolved issues right now you're going into this with, because it will expand those issues. You will no longer be able to kind of put them on the side. Okay, you're really going to have to come to what works. For Taurus in your sixth house, this is your work. So now your daily routine, you possibly are going to be working with a lot of people, or getting out of your kind of, Tauruses have been kind of in their own little world for a while. And now it's about working with others. Now, because it's the sixth house, this also can deal with health issues, and it could be taking care of somebody else. I had my Jupiter return this year in September of 2016. And right when Jupiter went into Virgo and right when Saturn went into Sagittarius, I think you guys probably remember, my mom broke her hip. And I ended up taking care of her. It was a pretty serious situation because went into pneumonia and other things. And it's like 8 months of just right out the gate, Jupiter and Virgo. And I was like, oh my gosh, I kept waiting and waiting for this Jupiter return. And I mean, it just blew everything up. But you know what? And my mom's a Virgo too, so it was like, whoa. But, oh my gosh, what I learned, talk about mastering something, because Jupiter's about mastering something. The universe is asking us to start to master these energies now. I mastered efficiency. I learned about health issues. I learned about the medical whole world. I had such an eye-opening awakening. I learned about the strength and power and positivity of healing and touching somebody. And oh my gosh. And the second half of my Jupiter in Virgo has been about putting it all back together now efficiently. So I don't want to scare people, but I want you guys, this is what astrology is about. It's the time now to really look. If you have a relationship and you're investing all kinds of time into it, but you're doing nothing for yourself, that's out of balance. And if you're missing something, you have something on your heart that's burning that you need to do, but you're just kind of like always looking out at everybody else and serving everybody else, you know what? It's not going to work. You've got to put time in for yourself. So wherever the balance is, it could be between you and you. Maybe there's something up in here that's not balanced. So Jupiter right now and the energies right now are actually bringing that to light as we speak. You guys can probably contest that the last few weeks, I don't know about you guys, but it's been a lot going on up here. A lot of issues and a lot of things, and like, who am I and where am I and what am I doing? I'm getting more serious about it. What do I have to do to have what I want, to have balance in my life? I'm not in balance. So Jupiter in Libra is going to be about balance. So if you do find yourself maybe taking care of someone, back to Taurus, these will get going a little faster, but got to say what I got to say. That first part, it might be about taking care of somebody else, or somebody may be taking care of you. It's about, again, knowing that is part of relationships. That's the real deal, when you actually really take care of each other. Really take care of each other. It's the real deal. Gemini, this is your fifth house. So you've got your children. You've got romance. So this might be a time that people start coming in. Your kids are coming in. Remember, try to get the positive and the negative. Libra also deals with the law. Okay, so if you have legal issues, court issues, things that have been unfair for years, maybe you've been in legal situations that you got the raw end of the deal. This year, you could possibly turn that around. And don't say, oh, I've already tried and it doesn't. You know what? There's new ideas coming in. There's new people opening doors for things. There's new people learning about things. So, if you're dealing with legal issues, this is for all the signs. This next year with Jupiter in Libra is all about, even the courts will be more fair and looking for fairness, potentially listening more. This is a good year to take care of stuff. But for you, Gemini, in the 5th house, I only say that, I focus on that here because children, sometimes there's, parent legal issues or things like that with kids. And if you are struggling in that area and you have Gemini rising, sun, and moon, this is your chance to find maybe some true fair resolution. And hopefully, if Libra is true to form, when Jupiter moves into Libra on September 9th, this whole next year, people will be a little calmer. People will be a little more rational. Because when we had Jupiter and Virgo and Mars and Saturn and Scorpio, there ain't, everybody's out for the kill. Everybody's paranoid. Now we have Jupiter and Libra coming in going, all right, maybe we were reacting just a little bit. Let's come to a fair solution. Okay? Again, this is for all the signs because we have different energies happening at different times that trigger these areas of our life. Leo. Leo. Oh, Leo, you guys have been through a lot the last few years. And now you've got Jupiter and Libra in your 3rd house. Wow. Okay. So for you, Leo's 3rd house, siblings, community, internet, websites, communication. Yes, finally, for you, Leos, now's your time. You're getting your roar back. Now's your time to really start working with people again. Start trusting again. And creating your team. Okay, these are team players as well. Now, for you, Leos who have had family problems, and pretty much, you're all out there, behind the scenes, siblings, sisters, relationships. A lot of estranged Leos. But, this is a time that those conversations with family can start to come back up. Now, you just have to decide, yes, don't forget, when Jupiter comes through with the bang, he's pretty powerful when he first hits, and conversations may explode at first. So just go into this energy being an observer of your life. Hopefully the emotional side to us that's been so uptight and so intense is going to start to die down. It is starting to. In some ways, there's still some other things really spinning, but we're starting to take a breath. We're starting to be able to see clearly, because Libra is all about looking objectively. They usually take their heart out of the situation so they can see both sides. And, I always tease my husband because he's a Libra rising with the moon in Libra. I don't know if he's out there. We have great conversations, but he's always going to give me the opposing view. And I know and I love the opposing view, right? At certain times. But it's just in him. I mean, I could just see his mind going as I'm trying to tell him something that I want to convince him of my thought, or my emotional. I'm a little emotional when I get emotional. And he's so balanced. And he's always right. But, that's the energy sometimes we need to calm the situation down. Let's look at everybody, both sides. Let's not overreact. Let's wait and see. Don't we need that sometimes? That's our Libra. That's our beautiful Libra. Cancer, 4th house, home. Wow. So, 4th house, this again could be bringing somebody into your life, sharing your home with somebody, maybe finding love and moving in. This could be something like that. Or really beautifying your home, having a whole new vibe. Cancer rising, Cancer moon, sun in Cancers. Getting more, with Jupiter there, it can be a little aggressive in terms of, your mind all of a sudden needs to start painting. The last time Mars went into Libra, I wanted to build a fence and paint it like a whole acre. I was obsessed. I never did it, but like for 2 weeks I was like Googling, and I was going to build this fence, and I was going to paint it, and it was going to be beautiful. Yeah. So you're going to get this, you may get this total different, like, oh gosh, I just want to make everything nice. With Jupiter and Virgo, even though we've been cleaning out the drawers and throwing out the junk, we feel a little stripped. When Jupiter moves into Libra, it's all about really beautifying. and making your home, your life, your job, your business, your car, whatever it is around you, like creating this place, because Venus rules Libra. Don't forget. Yeah. So don't you guys always, her daughter and her have Mars and Libra. So isn't there always something about needing to kind of create a certain energy in the home, and candles and music and good art, just have that feeling. I think that we'll appreciate that. So for Leos, you guys have a chance now to start communicating really well. And also realizing with everything you guys have been through, you're kind of tiptoeing back in the jungle. You haven't really stood on your fullness yet. So go, walk in gently and see who you can truly partnership with, who can truly you benefit and benefit others. And if you're launching a website, this is the year. Virgos, oh dear God, thank you that Jupiter in Libra is in our second house of making money. Can we make money now? Can the Virgos make money? Please. Is it not our turn after years? Yes. And the Pluto and Virgo generation. This is your second house of making money too. So that's like 1957, 1958 to 1973. Also, look at where you have Pluto, because when the Pluto and Libra generation, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going off the top, Pluto and Libra, what is that, 73 to like 84 or 94? Somebody look that up. Pluto and Libra generation. They're about 15 to 20 year generations, but you guys are going to be totally on the top. This is your time. This year's your year to shine and make it look good. But Virgos, this is our second house, and this is also finally our time that we can focus. Virgos don't like to be scattered, but with Neptune and Pisces in our opposite sign, that's why Virgos, if you guys are Virgos out there, haven't we all been like just lost in this Neptunian craze? And guess what? Things are starting to calm down. Jupiter and Virgo has helped us to set a path to starting to find balance and starting to get something done. And now we can actually put out a project that we can stand behind, and we can stay organized enough to keep it going, right? Thank you, Shelley. 1971 to 1984. Awesome. Pluto in Libra generation. So this is a big year for you guys. Okay, and Pluto in Scorpio generation. Well, let me just say for Libras out there, okay, this is your identity. Same with Pluto and Libra generations. This is your identity. Libras have been in the background for a long time with Virgos, kind of trying to pull ourselves back in the game, having to really go back and clean up a lot of mess and deal with relationship issues. It's been a long haul. And, it's easy to lose your confidence when you've been out of the game for a long time and you feel like, you don't know, especially when you get into like our generation, a little older, it's like, oh my gosh. But Libra right now, this is your time to show us how it's done. You are the front runners to show us how to balance it all out. Family, friendships, business relationships, social worlds. Sometimes they all start spinning out of control. Libras are going to help us learn how. And, you have to go through the test too, but you guys are going to shine through this. Jupiter's there to really help you heal from a lot of past stuff, a lot of past relationships. Jupiter is very healing. So it's going to heal a lot of our relationships. Okay. It's also going to make you guys just really, all the Libras out there, you're just going to have a charm and a glow. And it's like you already do. But, when you got Jupiter on your side, just smile. And, you'll be like, why am I getting all these opportunities and everybody just loves me? Yeah, well, I don't know that they love the Virgos anymore, but they will love the Libras. Jupiter and Scorpio, this is your 12th house. So now we're going back down into the darker places of our mind and soul and unconscious. And, hi there, Ange. Oh, there's my cousin, my Pisces cousin. I'm almost at Pisces. We're at Scorpio. So Jupiter and Libra will move in to the 12th house in Scorpio. So this is your mind again. You guys have been through a lot. You guys have been through a hell of a lot for a hell of a long time. And Jupiter can bring healing. Don't forget, expands the stuff you've been hiding in the background. So don't be afraid of this. You're ready now. You're ready to talk. You're ready to get your story out. You're ready to get in place. You're ready to get your life back. But it's those hidden chambers in the 12th house energy that a lot of times, especially those Scorpios, don't realize that, you can hide it for so long. But when a planet like Jupiter comes in and opens up that side of you, that mind, your heart, your soul, your spirituality, the things you believe in that you've been hiding, you start needing to talk and tell somebody else. There's Libra. Libra rules partnerships. Start talking, communicating. And there's healing there for you guys, Scorpio. Remember, Jupiter heals. Okay, Sagittarius, 11th house. This is great. You're getting back out there, Sag. Even though you've had a lot of stuff going on with Saturn in the background, this is your tribe now. This is your tribe. You need your tribe. You need to be connected to your tribe. You need to find your tribe. This is the year. Capricorns. Capricorn, this is your house of career and reputation. And, wow. This is your chance to really show, so many times Capricorns kind of come off as cold and just, businesslike, and they're just climbing to the top and leaving everyone behind. Oh no, this is the year that they realize, okay, you know what? I got to make some smart business moves. And smart business moves have to do with working with other people. And again, kind of that finding that tribe feeling as well. Partnering up, connecting, communicating, realizing you can't do it all alone. Doing it all alone really puts you at a disadvantage, I mean, I'm not saying, every one of us are different, but when you want to come out and you want to do something, there's a need for all of us to be tribal. And so Capricorn, with Libra here, it challenges you a little bit because Capricorn and Libra kind of argue. Because Capricorn wants to be the boss. And Libra says, but you got to treat everybody else equal. And, it's funny. I'll tell you a quick story. My son, Colt, just went to school. Oh, my gosh. He's 5 years old. He went to kindergarten last week. And, he's kind of been like a ranch-raised kid. I've been home with him for 5 years. He's a little Capricorn. Very in control of his little world, and he is very competitive. He's also an Aries rising, so you guys can imagine. And so he plays by himself. He challenges himself, and first couple of days at school he did fine. Day 4, no, meltdown like you have never seen at the front doors of the school. Complete meltdown. Like he didn't care, and like they were like trying to drag him in there, and I'm all traumatized. It was like, oh my God. So by the end of the day, they figured out that if they let him help the teacher as an assistant, and then he also has his own special assistant now too. He's the boss, and he's teaching. He's also has a moon and Sag, so he didn't want to be like the other kids. He's getting all this attention now, and the only thing that makes him happy is for him to think he can go and help the teacher. But you know what? That's working together. That's Jupiter and Libra. That's a Capricorn saying, okay, I'm going to have to compromise to make this big picture work. Okay? Aquarius, 9th house. This is your spirituality. This is your travel. This is your adventure. You guys have been through a lot too. And you're needing to come out. And you're kind of venturing out and starting to have conversations with other people and networking and spiritual ideas and travel and wanting to be together again. Do some things. Aquarius, you guys always have to kind of balance between also kind of being a lone ranger and not needing anyone. This year is all going to be about, breaking down the walls a little bit that we've built up and realizing that there is possibilities of working together and with other people for a greater good. Yes, we have an Aqua here. So, right? So, I mean, do you have travel coming for this next year? What do you see in your, what are you already seeing for your next year? Are you feeling this Jupiter in Libra energy? You know, Aquarius and Leos, you know, you just got out of jail. You just got your out of jail card, but you know, you've been in jail for a while, so your legs are a little weak. You know, it takes you a while to build up your stamina. And so that's what, you know, that's what we're doing. Yeah. So it's going to be good. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, my favorite sign of the zodiac. You guys know that. Is in the eighth house. The eighth house. The eighth house is really when things get concrete. When things get signed. Here we go. Sorry, clicked in and out. Pisces are kind of at that place too right now because Saturn and Mars are in your house of career and house of travel. So you're wanting to get out, you're traveling, you're wanting to communicate. And, you know, Sagittarius is a fire sign. It is very competitive. And a lot of people don't think Pisces are competitive, but when things activate their 10th house, 9th and 10th house, of, you know, close to career and spirituality, they become really strong. They become the preachers and they realize they'll do whatever they have to do to have that creative freedom. But the eighth house is the house that we have to deal with the behind the scene. I call them the file cabinets. And, you know, contracts, legal issues, anything still happening. A lot of you Pisces have already gotten all that out of the way when all the Scorpio energy there, close to there. But now we have Jupiter in Libra. And this is now about maybe we overreacted. Maybe we can come to a truce in those intimate relationships. You know, the seventh house can bring in a partner, but when you sign, you know, on the dotted line and you get married, that's the eighth house. That's when you have in-laws. That's when you have you shared financial resource. Okay. The other really, 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 really good news is this also represents other people's money. So if you're in a business or been trying to get a business off the ground and you're a Pisces rising, sun in Pisces or moon in Pisces, this is your year, okay? Because now you have a different persona and you're talking much more, you know, not so like, oh, I wish I could get some help and I don't know what I'm going to do. You're not so desperate because now you're having really wonderful potential meetings at the table where you are professionally presenting yourself and people may be investing in you financially. Or people see that you have a product that's really, really solid. So Pisces, this is as well as your year to finally come back and get strong. Pisces has been kind of trying to get their sea legs for several years as well. And so now we're starting to get some ground. We've got some grounding going on around us. We also have Pluto in Capricorn in our 11th house. And when Pluto goes direct, is that at the end of September? Does anybody know the date? I should have all these dates written down, but I like to engage you. I'm pretty usually right off the top of my head, but you know, if I'm just going off on different topics. But Pluto in Capricorn is going to bring a financial boost when it goes direct to Pisces as well. So now's the time. Again, dream, you know, creating those little businesses because Jupiter in Virgo has set off a new 12-year cycle in partnerships for Pisces and relationships, business relationships. You know, it's interesting because for the Pisces, they're attracted to the Virgo because they need the Virgo to keep them grounded because Pisces is so intuitive and so the ability to be such a visionary. At the same time, energetically, we can get tossed and turned by every whim that comes along. And I have a Pisces rising a moon, so, you know, I'm talking from experience. It's really, really, really hard for Pisces to stay focused. And that's their greatest downfall. Like, they have the greatest ideas. They will spend their whole life trying to do them. But the distractibility, because they truly are the astrological sponge of the zodiac. And so they blend with other people. And it's very difficult for them to keep their grounding. And so when they have a Virgo in their life, it's like it really allows them to take a breath and know that certain things are taken care of so they can be creative. So, you know, these certain people that have been in your life, the ones that are staying there, now it's time to really make that solidify those relationships. Really be picky. Pick your top 5, pick your top 10 of friends that you're going to invest in that have made it through the Jupiter and Virgo cut. Right? I mean, that's how it goes, because we're not good for anybody else if we allow everyone else to pour all their situations on us. And I'm talking to the Pisces here, because Pisces, it's a weird dichotomy. We feel the most complete when we allow ourselves to be available at a whim. We don't like to say, "Oh, meet me at this time, and then I'll give you this time of mine." You know, the person pulling up, knocking on the door. I mean, that's the Pisces life. You know, the phone that rings out of nowhere. You know, meeting somebody at the grocery store, and they're all beautiful experiences. But it's a constant managing of time, because not everybody is exchanging with you in a healthy way. Some people just zap and run. And for a Pisces, that takes a long time to recover from every emotional situation. And everybody else goes prancing off, and then we're like physically sick for days because we are the empaths of the zodiac. And so right now, for Pisces, it's a tall order. If you have Pisces rising moon, even other planets in Pisces, because Neptune's there really amplifying you. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, North Node. Okay? Oh, there we go. Really, really asking Pisces to go in kind of a weird way. I don't say this. It's not going underground to hide, but going underground, getting it together, getting a little pissed off because your life matters too, and coming out with a solid plan. And you're not going to be swayed left or right, because your life, you've given enough away to everybody. And people have to stand on their own. People have to work out their own issues. We love to just tell them if they only knew this, or, you know, we give them our insights, and it's really is high. So it's a trap we fall into. But when we don't allow other people to problem solve, or even be uncomfortable for 5 minutes, you know, and we fill in and become the little fishy healer, and then everybody's happy, and then we walk away drained. So really, 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 for all the signs of the zodiac, this is about remembering the balance in your life. And if you have a dream, if you have something you want to pursue, you have to count the cost. Jupiter and Virgo, count the cost. How much time in a day is there? How much energy do you have? What do you really want to be doing? And who do you really want to be giving it to? And the friends that you have in your life, are they exchanging back with you? Are they giving back? Or are you doing all the giving? You know, balance that out. Find those people in your life that participate and share together and see the big picture together, urging each other on, not, you know, getting competitive, getting weird. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there right now because, you know, you know, we're all creating images through the internet on the outside, but what's the real deal behind the scenes? Because it's the real deal that's going to make the outside picture look different when you are truly authentically balanced and at peace. And I'm working on everything I'm telling you guys about. I've been in heavy duty transformation on, because I've learned I have so many things I put on the back burner or got distracted by. And I mean, I'm now looking at like, oh my gosh, a year went by or 2 years went by when you know how like the Facebook memories come back on, and you know, 3 years ago you posted an idea or you posted a story or you were going to do something, and then it's like, what happened to that? Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I wanted to do that, you know, and then it kind of excites you again. And then I'll go, 3 years ago? Like, why didn't I do that? And then I think, oh, well, this happened and that happened. And, you know what? I've had people in my life who have no problem setting boundaries and saying what they want. And I always respect those people. But those of us water signs, we have to learn to have those boundaries. So, okay, you guys. So we went through Aries and Pisces. Any last questions? September 26th. Thanks you, Carrie. Pluto goes direct. One of your friends is an Aquarius Pisces cusp. That's an interesting friend. I've had those. Let's see. Anything else? I'm just going back and looking. Oh, what house Cancer was in for Jupiter and Libra was the 4th house. So home business too. Don't forget, 4th house can represent home business. So it could be, you start up a little business out of your home and you might end up hiring somebody or having a business partner. Again, I see a lot of beautifying for Cancers. I think you need to kind of, really create a positive vibe for creativity this year on top of everything else. Don't forget, and I'll just end with this. Even though we're going, Jupiter in Libra right now, and for the next year, we're following this trend. Everything I'm talking to you about is an energy that's going to be, working in this next year. It's a trend. And if we get with it, we could take advantage of the positive energy in it. If we miss it completely, everything gets blown up. So you have to be really thoughtful. And Libra is very thoughtful and weighing out pros and cons and, really paying attention. But you want to think that everything is preparing for something else. So if you're Jupiter and Virgo is all about figuring out what you want to do. Okay. I mean, talking to a lot of people that I believe want to have their own businesses, want to have their own spiritual businesses, different things that you're doing. Jupiter and Virgo is all about that, getting your product in line. Now, Jupiter and Libra is going to be about getting the right people, working with the right people. You can't do everything. Maybe you need to hire someone to do a website or barter with somebody to help you do things. It's about finding ways. But what's next? Jupiter in Scorpio, and that's other people's money. So that's going to be a great year for money to be coming in. Jupiter in Libra now is about kind of continuing to set it up. Not that you won't be making money because it's partnerships and exchange, but these 2 years, this last year and this year that we're coming into, and I say a year ahead starting in September, okay, this next September to September, now really is about, getting it all together, getting the staff together, getting it together and how you're going to do it so that you can get ready for Jupiter and Scorpio. Okay, you guys? Well, I think I'm going to go with that. I love it. Brainstorming for business name right now. Excellent. This was perfect. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. I always have more things we'll talk about. I'll come back next Monday. If you guys have things, you want me to talk about, really quick, I'll do just update. For those of you, check your email. I have sent out the questionnaires for the time twins. Those of you who I've talked to on my private Facebook, it's coming like tonight and tomorrow. There is so many people, and I'm doing them one at a time right now, so I make sure I get everyone's birthday. It's kind of it's so fun, though. Really strategic. But please answer that questionnaire. If you have not seen my time twin video, I'll post it tonight. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, ChrystalLynn Astrology, Cowgirlastrologer. Check that out because there's so much going on with that, you guys, and it's going to be so fun, and it's going to teach us so much about astrology. Never before in history have we been able to do these kind of studies on this kind of level, And this is my last week of my specials on my Facebook or on my website for readings. I have a 15-minute audio reading, and they're pretty intense. For one more week only. Go check out that special because it's all going to change on September 1st. So if you want that, that would be so cool. And that's what keeps me going and coming out and giving you guys some cool astrological stuff. Okay, yeah, check your email. I think I sent it to you on your email, Carrie. Yeah, and Carrie had a reading. I've had a lot of you guys do readings, so thank you guys for that. That's what keeps me coming out here. Share with your friends. I do business, relationships. I do children. If you're planning to move, family dynamics, especially if you have like a really dysfunctional family. Yeah, I'm really good at that. I have a lot of experience in that. All right, well, you know where my PayPal button is, Ethan. That was my son. He says, I want a reading. You get readings all the time. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, and have an awesome night. And and go check my website out. And if you have any other questions, just message me this week, and we'll talk about stuff next week. All right? Adios.